Hey babes, I got a question. Have you ever finished a service? The client loved it. You got so many compliments from your team. The clients were getting compliments at checkout, but you still found problems with it. Has that ever happened to you? Today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you why, with the more experience that you have, the years that you've been in the industry, the more insecure you are about your work, the more you compare yourself to others, why giving all of these things are just not working out for you. We're going to be exposing your mindset, your perfectionism, maybe even a little codependency in there, all in today's episode. You ready? Let's go. Hey guys, I'm Christine, the BeautyPro coach, host of the BeautyPro podcast, and I'm so happy that you're here. You know, maybe you have scrolled social media and you've suddenly felt totally insecure about who you are, what you do behind the chair. You feel like your clients don't deserve you. Maybe you feel like you need to raise your prices, but you just don't deserve that, right? Maybe you're like, not yet, one day, but not today. You avoid maybe posting your work on socials because it's just not perfect, right? Is that you? Maybe you secretly wonder if you're really as talented as everybody thinks you are because you don't think that you are, so they gotta be lying, right? No. So we're going to be tackling all of those questions in today's episode. And I want you to understand that if you've been in this industry for more than 5 years and you still don't feel good enough, you're not alone. And you've never been alone. And you're probably not even lacking any skills. You're likely battling something much deeper in your heart and in your mind than you ever imagined. So just because you've been in the industry 5+ years, one, doesn't make you amazing, and two, doesn't mean that you're the most talented thing ever. Most people assume that confidence comes with time, and that's sometimes true. All right. It actually becomes harder, right? Because you're only as good as your last haircut. You're only as good as the last service that you provided. Why? Because every day our industry is changing, and every day there's a new technique, there's a new way of doing things. Knowledge grows, and you have to constantly be investing in who you are as a person first, and then your skill set. The more you know can actually be a blessing and a curse. I know you probably have never heard that before, but it's true. The more you know, the more responsible you are. The more you know, the better you can adjust certain haircuts and you can do certain color techniques. See, when you first got in this industry, you were so excited. You're like, I'm going to make so much money. I'm going to love what I do. And even if I don't get money, I'm going to be so fulfilled because I transformed that woman or that man's hair, skin, nails. Right? But now you're 5+ years in and you are noticing every tiny flaw. You critique every haircut. You can't stand giving your consultations, right? You compare yourself to not only your team and other stylists, you compare yourselves to celebrity stylists and educators. Maybe you think you're on their same level. Maybe you think that you have so much more to learn to be where they're at. Ironically, the more experienced you become, the easier it is to question yourself. It can be very easily misunderstood that the goal is to know everything there could ever possibly be in the industry, to try every single product, to do every single haircut at least once. Like, no, that's completely irrational, unrealistic, and impossible. It's all about becoming more comfortable knowing you'll never stop learning. In coaching, there is a principle that we teach in the coaching industry that the student becomes the master and the master becomes a student. So it's a cyclical relationship, and that everybody's teaching and everybody's learning from each other. All right, there's that one. The other thing is, the moment you stop learning, the moment you stop growing as a human being, you die. Your soul, your spirit literally dies. And no one's dying around here on my watch. So social media has changed everything in the industry, okay? AI now is like becoming a problem as far as perfect hair, perfect skin, nails, designs, all of that stuff. And as years go by, it's going to be way more perfected, way better than it is now. And so we really got to be in tune to our own mindset, our own selves, because it can really wreak havoc on our self-esteem. And so how many times, with all that being said, have you questioned your talents, questioned your worth, your value, just by spending 10 minutes scrolling on Instagram? You went in there, you opened your phone on Instagram and you felt so good. And then you scrolled and you're like, OMG, I suck, right? Like, how many of you have done that? I know I have, and I have purposely tried to not do that, but we're human. It's going to happen. It's okay. The two things that really come up when we do that is, one, I'm totally behind. I should be making XYZ money. And then the other one is, I'm not good enough. I'll never be good enough. I absolutely suck as a human being. Listen, someone else's success is not proof for your failure. And I'm saying it that way because we all fail. We are all supposed to fail. And if we're not failing, we're not living. Okay. I want you to fail forward as many times and as hard as possible, because your failures is where you're going to learn the most about yourself as an artist, as an entrepreneur, as a human being. You cannot compare your life to someone else's because everybody is on a different part of their journey. It's just reality. That is the truth. It took someone 10 years to be able probably to speak in front of a camera versus you who probably can just do it naturally. Okay. So like everybody experiences the same emotions just at different times. The biggest trap is the instant gratification piece that we do every day, right? We love it, but sometimes it can totally wreck us. So if a client loves their hair, oh my God, you are so amazing. But if somebody complains, you question everything about yourself. Like, oh my God. And that goes for Google reviews, right? You could have 99% rating. You can have a 4.9 Google star review that you are an amazing stylist, amazing salon owner. Oh my God. But that one bad review that is super long, it breaks everything down. It totally exposes you, exposes your team, exposes your service cycle and how you do things down to the nitty gritty. And it just cuts you. It's like a knife to the heart. That one review will totally wreck your life, that you are the worst stylist, the worst BeautyPro owner, business person on the face of the earth. No, we cannot let that 1% of negativity corrupt the 99% positivity. You are a beauty or barber pro. Your chair, your salon, the way that you make a living for yourself should never become the determining factor, the comparison place of who you are as a human being. I joke around a lot. I'm sure all of us joke a lot about being perfectionists, being OCD, ADHD, like all the letters, right? Because we sound like, oh my gosh, perfectionism is excellent. That means I am totally thorough all the time, but often it's a cover up of fear just looking good, right? It's fear in a professional outfit. Procrastination, that is right along those lines, right? We don't post our latest work on Instagram stories or TikTok or any of that because we need it to be perfect. We're not entering into competitions because we need to really perfect this particular skill, or we fear that we're going to lose, or, like, so what if we lose? Good. Now you know what people are looking for. Now you know what that means. Now you know how to color outside of the lines, but with structure. When you are a perfectionist, you are robbing yourself of opportunities, joy, creativity, confidence. Like, you are literally stealing from yourself, and that totally sucks. I want you to ask yourself, how many opportunities have I missed because I wasn't ready? That's a tough one. Done is always better than perfect. And that was a lesson that I myself had to learn very early on in my coaching career, very early on in my career as a salon owner. Your growth beats flawless. which I love that saying, growth beats flawless, because when you fail forward, guess what? You eat dirt, and having all dirt on your face and your mouth and everything, like, it's ugly. But you know what? You got back up. That's the most important part. If you're constantly waiting until you feel confident, you're going to miss out on collecting the evidence. Okay, so here's your home play. I want you, this is totally free, completely for you if you're watching or listening. I want you, when you get a moment, pause this recording, pause the episode, get a piece of paper. You can buy one of my journals online. The link is in the show notes. My journals are awesome for this, lots of self-reflection, but you're going to write down your favorite client testimonials, your before and after transformations, your certifications. Oh my God, list them all out. The goals that you have accomplished, both personal and professional. I want you to write down the challenges that you have overcome to be in this moment on this time listening to this episode. And I want you to write down the times that your clients have felt completely impacted by what you have done for them. Not just your clients. Write down the moments, the people that have told you, because of you, I did XYZ. Confidence isn't about pretending that you're amazing. Fake it till you make it. No, confidence is about remembering and proving to yourself what you've already done. Confidence is something that you find deep within yourself, and it's only built by one thing at a time. One appointment at a time, one success, one victory, one celebration at a time. Stop asking yourself, am I good enough? Can I handle this? Stop asking yourself those questions. You need to start asking yourself, am I improving? Am I learning? Am I serving my people well? Am I listening to them? Are they feeling seen, heard, understood, cherished? Am I being consistent? All of those questions create growth. The first question, am I good enough? That creates fear. You're feeding your fear when you do that. No more. There's always going to be someone faster, quicker, more creative, more experience, have more follows. There's always going to be somebody with more, but that's not your problem. Your problem is being the better version of who you were yesterday, to be better than your last haircut, better than your last service that you offered. There's never going to be another professional like you with your specific gifts and talents. No one else is going to have your personality, your communication skills, your ability to connect with others. There's nobody else like that. There's only one you, and you got to maximize your gifts and your talents today. So if today's episode sounded like a conversation you want to continue having, you want to dive a little deeper in, if you feel like you don't need another certification to finally believe in yourself, maybe you feel like you need a mindset shift, better business strategy, someone who can actually hold you accountable to the gifts and talents, the goals, the vision that you have for yourself. If that is something that you want to explore more of, I can help you. Okay, I want you to comment under this video, send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, put down the word confidence, and I'm going to know exactly what you're talking about, which episode you listened to, and I want to help you build that confidence, build that strength, eliminate that self-doubt. I want you to grow your business. I want you to start believing in the professional that you were always born to be. I help beauty and barber pros with this, with their communication, their leadership, their self-awareness, right? I am your personal Jiminy Cricket when it comes to these things. And so I want you to comment that word confidence if you want to dive a little deeper into this, because I actually can help you. My coaching programs, as of right now, they are limited. So if you are interested, get on this ASAP. Let's get that free discovery call. Zero risk to you, all the benefit to you. Remember, the most successful beauty and barber pros aren't the ones who have never doubted themselves. If you have listened to the podcast, the BeautyPro podcast, and you've listened to our guests that have come on, you will know that a lot of them are full of doubts and insecurities, just like you, just like me. And so they're the ones, though, that have refused to allow that self-doubt make their decisions and run their life. So that's a wrap for today. We're going to keep it real and raw until next week, and I will talk to you soon.